The Coast to Coast starts here in Whitehaven. This is a 220km journey travelling across the UK west to east from the Irish Sea to the North Sea. This is quite a popular route which many people take part in each year, travelling across the Lake District and the North Pennines for some fantastic views along the way. But I'm sure you've heard of the term, all the gear, no idea. Well, this is going to be no gear and no idea. So to make this a little bit more difficult, we're going to see if we can do the coast to coast on a budget. We're going to be camping along the way because campsites are only about £10 a night, and that's going to really reduce the cost of accommodation. But we've also set a budget on the bikes we can take as well. The total budget for the bike for the coast to coast is £50. So I spent the last couple of weeks looking at some amazing cheap bikes on Facebook Marketplace, eBay and Gumtree. And some of the bikes couldn't even make it to the local shops, never mind 200 kilometres. I did consider this. I also tried to knock some people down a little bit on their bikes. That didn't go well at all. But in the end, I managed to get this bike, which I have no idea on the make, brand, model, anything. But it was for £30 and it has some issues I need to solve before I even attempt to ride it down the street. So this is what I'm going to call episode 0. This is all about getting the bike ready and myself ready to take on the coast to coast. So welcome back. I'm currently in my shed workshop sort of area, which is very, very, very hot in here. So I've got an extractor fan up here, which can be quite nice to get some air moving, but I have to turn it off when I record because you'll just hear that thing buzzing in the background. So the bike that I got for £30. I also got another bike for £10, which had a cracked frame, missing wheels and all sorts, but mainly were just the parts that I needed off the bike. Quite a lot of the parts on that one were upgrades to this one, and a few parts that I needed just to repair the sort of issues on this one. So this is the bike currently. Not rideable at the minute, but we'll get there. Yeah, I got quite a bit to do on this. Got the derailleur to sort out with the rear, give that a good clean and service. I've got the crank to sort out, the forks to sort out, the handlebars to sort out, the gears to sort out, the middle suspension to sort out, the brakes, they need sorting as well because they work about 10%. Yeah, there's a lot to do to get this bike to last the full coast to coast. But I think I've got all the bits I need now to be able to do it. Now I've got £10 left in the budget. Hopefully, if I don't need to spend any more money on anything else on here, I might have a little bit of a surprise. And I've got an idea in my head that might make my life a little bit easier. I should be able to do it for £10. Okay, one of the first things I need to sort out is this. The bottom bracket has a lot of play in it. And it just feels so gritty. Not too much drama as if this is absolutely destroyed because I have got a bottom bracket I'm going to put in here from the other bike that I got. Well, let's take this off. This is the bottom bracket I got off the other bike. This is proper enclosed bearings. I did clean this up previously because this was actually gunked up like mad as well. I cleaned this in the part wash. And by part wash, I mean Jess was out, and while Jess was out, I used the kitchen sink. Please don't shout at me, Jess. So hopefully get this in there, and this will be a good sort of upgrade. Before I start spraying brake cleaner everywhere, I'm going to open the window and turn the extractor on because I don't fancy getting high on brake cleaner. So now that all the wheels are done, I can actually put them back on and it'll resemble a little bit more of a bike. So I'm just putting the handlebars back together and I appear to be missing a grip. So I need to cut these grips down. So we've jumped a little bit into the future because I had that much going on. I've only had sort of 10 minutes here and there to be able to work on the bike. The bike is done. I went out on a little bit of a test run on it just to make sure that things were working right. The only issue I had was the middle chain guide was a bit out of alignment, so I had to align that up a little bit. But the bike is pretty much ready. So everything's been greased and lubed up and everything, so I'm hoping that with all this work this should now last. Now I did speak about a little bit of a surprise because I had £10 left in the budget, and what I was going to do was, out of threaded bar and a few bits and bobs I've got, is build a rear rack to be able to carry some stuff on the bike, because that would make it a lot easier rather than carrying everything on my back in a bag. But I was on Facebook Marketplace last night and I've gone and picked up something that is solving all my issues. I picked this up for £8. This is what I picked up. It's just a seat post rear rack that just goes on there. Now this says it can carry up to 9 kilograms, so if I can get some of the heavier stuff, maybe my tent, sleeping bag and all that sort of stuff, carrying on the bike rather than my back, might just make it a little bit easier. And for £8 I couldn't not buy this. So I've got £2 left in the budget. No idea what I'm going to spend that on. I am kind of cheating a little bit because this didn't cost me anything because I already had it. Because I have already got these panniers. So I'm going to use them. So that's the job today. Oh, it's so greasy. Why? Also, this is going to kill two birds with one stone because this rear guard is always going down. I've tightened it up numerous times, but it always ends up loosening and going down. Just going to tie wrap it onto there. Should stop it. So the pannier bag, I just need to find a way to sort of mount this onto here. It might just be a case of just putting bungee straps and stuff around it. These fold out, and then I'll find a way to sort of attach these on, just to try and get it to not rub on the tyre. There's one of these on each side, so I should be able to get a good amount of stuff in there, maybe a water bottle in there, and just some bits and bobs in this middle pouch in here. So I've got a middle bag here, which is just full of tools, oil, just bits and bobs, and in a tube just in case I need one. So anything I need to prepare the bike on the road, that'll be in there. And I found this old bag that I had, just a little bag here that I've just zip tied to the front, and that's just going to be for my cameras, power banks, anything like that I need. I can put all that in there, and anything that's maybe easy to grab, maybe some energy gels and some bits and bobs in there, so be able to get some good stuff in there. My cook system, bits and bobs like that, because it'll be easy to get to. So let's go and have a look at some of the stuff that I'm gonna take. So the tent I'm going to take is my Nature Hike Tag R2. A really good tent, quite lightweight. I can pack it down quite small. It's been a really good tent, really easy to put up. That's the one I'm going to take. I'm going to take also a little OEX sleep mat. That's quite a comfy mat, so that should at least give me a bit of a comfortable night's sleep. I was going to take my summer sleeping bag, which is a Vango sleeping bag. But I've had this, honestly, for about 12 years now, and it's started to get a little bit tired. So, I was in Aldi the other day, and they had these ultralight sleeping bags in there. So, I'm going to give this a go. I mean, it's got a comfort rating down to 7 degrees. It shouldn't get any colder than that. And if so, I'll just put a jacket or something on. I'm going to put all this in my Osprey bags. This is a 30-litre bag. And it has the little pouch at the back for a hydration bladder, which is quite easy to put in and out. So I'm going to use this because I'm going to take the hydration bladder so it'd be easier to drink on the move. For cooking, I'm going to take a little lightweight cook set that I put together. So I'm going to use that, which is just a BRS stove, little titanium mug and some little bits and bobs. I've done a review on my Tag R10 and on my little cook system that I put together. So if you want to see them, just I'll put a link in. Check them out. I've also done a review on this bag as well, so if you want to see that, I'll stick a link up for that as well. But hopefully I can get quite a bit of this into the panniers, and I'll just put the basic sort of stuff that I need in my little bag. So hopefully that's everything I need, so we'll be good to go.